We are 11 and 10, and today we will be making a project called Mask Project. So in our project, we created a system that can recognize a face mask if worn properly, if it is not worn properly, and if the person doesn't have one. Artificial intelligence can help with this and can be used at the front of stores instead of people there.
We used Teachable Machine to craft this project because we found it was the easiest because of its built-in image recognition using neural networks and its webcam code. In the data collection process, we collected 600 images for each class and used the webcam for the images. For the training, we used 50 epochs, a batch size of 16 and a learning rate of 0.001. Our testing went well. It almost got every single one correct.
Additionally, we have made an animation in Scratch that when a person comes to a shop, the sensor will check and predict if the person is wearing it properly, if it is not worn properly, and if the person doesn't have one. It also has a function that allows it to switch costumes by hitting the space button.
Machine learning for kids didn't work in our Scratch project, so we changed it to Teachable Machine because we could easily switch in and out of websites and it could be linked by the export models uploaded in my project. We used a different shirt for 1 out of 3 and it would not work, so we looked back and discovered it was biased. Therefore, we did the same for exactly else. That one change worked.
Our solution will gradually reduce COVID-19 in shop, and it can be cheap and easily installed. It can also be used for other purposes too. And we can also add a monitor to track fees in the shop and make sure items don't get stolen. But the weakness of this project is that it needs images of many different people for recognition to work correctly. Masks are very important in this time of life. Our project will help, but it will not finish the issue. We also need your help to end COVID-19 once and for all. Thank you.
So with Teachable Machine, you have to go to webcam and record some, because now the thing is our faces are recording, so we can't really use the webcam. And also, if you upload, then you can import images here. So you at least have to have 2 classes, and for at least you have to have 5 image samples for each. Otherwise, it won't train. Yes, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 classes. And for each class, we did 750 image samples.
We need so many photos because if it were just one, it would only recognize the exact same picture.
The difference between training photos and testing photos would be, for testing, it really depends. Because if your data collection is not correct, then your testing will not be correct either, because it's only got a few samples. If this blue t-shirt was only in here, then it would be biased, because if I was wearing a blue t-shirt, then all of this will be in here because it's the only one. So we figured that out, and we had to add a blue t-shirt for every single one. Then it got better.
If I put in too many pictures of a boy and no pictures of a girl, but they will only recognize boys.
A sample size would be a sample size. So in the advanced, an epoch would mean how many times the program is run through for every single one. So for this, it would be 750 multiplied by 5 and then times 50, which would be a lot. It means the testing would be much better than if you only use one epoch. For the learning rate, it learns because if you had this number at a really high number, such as 2000, then the learning